So you might not see it, but I do want to say that I thank you, because I read your last post today on how you put signs up around your neighborhood. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Talent Love, and today it's just gonna be a different type of vibe video. I'm sure you know by the title what this video is about. I'm just gonna go ahead and speak candidly and just straight from the heart, because I feel like there's no correct way to speak about a situation like this. First and foremost, I just want to say rest in peace to George Floyd. No one deserves to die like that. Nobody does. It doesn't matter what color you are. It doesn't matter. Nobody deserves to die like that. I want to give my condolences to his family. I really can't imagine the amount of turmoil and hell that they're going through right now, and just devastation and hopelessness that they probably feel in this moment, in this country that they live in, that they're supposed to be able to call home. Today I made a decision. I usually keep serious talks off of my channel. I don't know how long this video is going to be, but you can't put a time limit on something like this. I usually keep serious topics off of my channel. Not to mention, this is the very beginning for me as a channel, as Talents Glam Squad. This is the beginning for us. We're only almost 500 subscribers in, but today I made a decision that, in light of what's going on from today forward, for anything serious that I feel the need to speak up on and voice an opinion on, I'm going to do so, and I'm going to stand by it. For what I want to do in the future, I didn't want certain things to be able to come back and, you know, become a problem for me based on what I've said in the past. However, I've chosen to own this, because whatever I say is what I feel in the moment and what I believe from the best of my ability at this current time. I'm here to talk about my stance. Tonight you guys were supposed to get a makeup video, and I didn't feel right putting a makeup video out after everything that I've seen, everything that I've heard, and everything that I feel. So let's talk about the issue at hand. So the issue at hand is not only just racism. In my opinion, racism is always going to exist. The world, for every good there's a bad, for every positive there's a negative, for every yin there's a yang, for every black there's a white. That's just how the world is. Racism is not only the issue, it's not the only one. The issue at hand is the fact that, well, what becomes a problem is when people cannot just exist in a world, coexist in a world that's supposed to be the land of the free and the home of the brave. Brave is not killing an innocent person. It's not. The issue at hand is that Black people are really, really, really tired of having to ask nicely to coexist with every other race, more specifically white people. That's the issue at hand, and that's on period. When I was looking, I was on Facebook, and I'm going to chop this video up because it's going to be a lot of pauses, because I don't like to speak out of turn. That's just not me. I don't speak out of my ass ever, just in case you guys see a bunch of skips and jumps, because I like to think about what I say. So I logged online and I tried to not do that. I tried not to read different things. I actually even unfollowed some people on Facebook and on different social media platforms, mainly Facebook, because that's the one that was kind of like getting to me. I tend to suffer from time to time with my own things as far as mental health to keep myself happy on a day-to-day basis. And when I figured it out, I try to, you know, keep it on a roll. Whatever's working for me at that point, I try to keep on with it, because I know how I can get. I know how dark it could get for me sometimes, and I know how low it could get for me sometimes. So I genuinely tend to be a happy person. I do not watch the news. I figure if something gets bad enough, the people are going to put it on social media. It's going to be on Yahoo when I log into my email. It's going to be on the front page. It's going to be on the radio. You're not going to miss it if it's something crazy. And that's just how I personally live my life. I know that some people say that it's being uninformed and out of touch with reality, but that is how I'm able to survive as best I can and do what I need to do as far as what my purpose is in this life, undistracted. I knew at some point I had to like watch a video of what was going on after the rioting had begun. And I clicked on a video on Facebook last night, and it was of the riots that were going on in front of the White House. And what I saw really kind of broke my heart. I'm an empath, however you say it. What I saw was very disturbing to me. I saw cops, a line of cops. And I didn't know what I was seeing exactly at first, but now I do. With some of the tactic that some of the protesters are using right now is to have a layer of white people, like a line of white people in front of the black people. So that way, if the cops feel the need to be violent, they'll be less violent, you know, in their frustration, because they're white people, you know, in the middle. So there was the cops on the White House wall. There were metal fences. There was a line of white people, and then I saw a couple of black people because the vision wasn't really that wide. When I saw, what I saw was the cops the video started, the cops were setting the fence back up, and then I saw the people that were in the front pushing the heavy metal gates or fences onto the cops, and like very violently. And it just really broke my heart, because it's just like, I'm not the type of person that only sees things one-sided. To me, it's black and white. To me, love is love. That is what I believe in. That is the last name of my alias, or whatever you call it, my name on here. Talent Love is what I go by. I believe in love. I wear a cross for Christ's sake. So to see something like that, it was really hard for me to look at, because all I could think about were those cops that had to stand there and do their job while taking the heat for something, taking the heat for people for something that they didn't do. I am aware that I'm aware why the rioting is happening. I really am aware. And I really am not trying to, I'm not trying to defend either side, but I'm gonna defend either side, because that's just who I am, and that's just how I am. The reason why black people are rioting is because people don't understand. They're tired of not being heard. I was listening to the radio and I was hearing people say, and I've heard people all throughout these past couple of days say, you know, looting things isn't gonna solve anything. Lighting things on fire isn't gonna solve anything. Come on, peace is the way. And I get that. I believe in peace. But the thing about it is, what they don't really realize is the March in Selma was not that long ago. I want to say it was about 70 years ago, if I'm not mistaken. Okay. My grandma is like 76, I want to say, or 75. So basically it hasn't even been 2 whole generations yet. So what happened there, if you're not educated on that, just a short briefing, they marched with Martin Luther King non-violently, and they got hosed down, they got beat with sticks, they got trampled, and those big hoses that firefighters use to take out and put out fires in huge buildings, they sprayed them onto them. So at some point, you guys all know how millennials rock, and it just is what it is. At some point, people are bound to get angry, because what has peace done? How much more begging should we have to do in peace? That's why they're rioting. There's a whole lot of white people that range in different places, and we're just going to talk about the ones. I'm not talking about the racist ones. I'm talking about everybody else. From my understanding in all of my conversations that I've had, there's some that don't know what to do. So they just try to stay neutral and just stay out of it and let us do our thing, and they just stay out of the way. There's some people that want to get involved, and they try so hard, but they don't know what to do. All they see is hurting people, and they want to fix it. They say all the wrong things. But I want to ask you guys to be patient with those people, or tell them, hey, this isn't helping. Here's how you can help. And then there's the ones that know exactly what to do. What I want to say is, if you're white and you want to help, there is an Instagram page that I want to put you onto, and I'm going to put it somewhere down here, the @ name. It is a young woman, and her name is Danny DMC, and I have watched her page for days, and I want to say the amount of help, love, peace, and just willing to get up and do something and figure it out that I've seen on her page has just really blown my mind and just really melted my heart, and it's just given me a new vision on things. She put something on her Instagram stories that was saying like how to help if you're white and you don't know how. And she has these 2 pictures of lists, and I'm going to try to put them on the screen just in case they're not on her main page. If they're on her main page, I'm not going to put it up here. And she told what you could do to help. You don't have to be a rioter to help. There's other things that you could do. You can call places, you could text places, you can make donations, even if it's like $5, if that's all you have, even if it's $8, if that's all you had. You can pray if you're religious. But I do want to give her information, because that has been the most helpful page that I've seen that's explained everything that I feel when I'm looking at the situation, and I'm looking at the white people that want to help that just really don't know how, or the ones that think they're helping and they're just really not. So I just want to commend her, because I know she's not doing it for recognition, but I just want to say that I see you, and I know that you got quite a following for everything else that you advocate for that has nothing to do with this. So you might not see it, but I do want to say that I thank you, because I read your last post today on how you put signs up around your neighborhood. And it really touched my heart. I never read an Instagram post that touched my heart, and that one did. So I just want to tell you that I was stuck in the middle, and you helped me out of that spot. Whew. I also want to thank the white celebrities that have stood up and said something. I know there are celebrities that I haven't seen that have said things, but the ones that I'm thinking are the ones that were bold enough to say something when their counterparts might necessarily not agree with what they're doing. They're standing against the grain. And I really do want to shout out Demi Lovato and JoJo, because it really does mean a lot to have the alliance from the opposite end of the spectrum and know you're supported. I also want to shout out any other person that has done their part, all of the YouTubers that have made videos on this and were bold enough to make posts on Twitter and Instagram and Facebook and go beyond that, knowing that brands could get damaged, or excuse me, that their brand deals could get damaged, things could happen with their finances. And shout out to Jackie AINA, okay? Jackie AINA, I'm gonna just say there's a reason they call her Auntie Jackie, because that's somebody who has a clear vision of what she believes in, and just for the most part, she always knows what to do when it's time, and everyone doesn't know what to do. So it's always nice to have the leaders that are ready to stand up and do what's right and say what's right. And she's done that on more than one occasion. She's always fought for dark-skinned girls like me. You guys don't know, but she's the reason I bought this foundation. They have my color, you know, and she went in and revised and made it so that it was inclusive. And shout out to Too Faced for wanting to be a brand of inclusion and fix what was wrong. So these are just a couple of fighters that I wanted to give a shout out to. The reason everything hasn't been peaceful is because people are angry, hurt, sad. And I can't say it enough. I can't say it enough. It's just what it is. It's not going to be peaceful. It's going to be a riot for a while. And it's just because after this, and then prior to that, it was Ahmaud who was just going for a run. Black people are tired of speaking their piece, doing peaceful protests, and then it going back to exactly the way it was before. So that's what's trying to get avoided, right? So within this whole thing, I'm going to wrap this up soon. There's 3 types of people. And there's the people who don't do anything, who choose to ignore and just keep it moving, and that's their prerogative. There's the people who don't know what to do, who want to get involved but just don't know how. And then there's the person who's the leader, always at the forefront. They know just what to do at the right time. And I noticed that I've seen some of those people, not all of them, get really frustrated with the people that aren't doing anything and the ones that want to do something that don't know. And I do want to speak to those people. I saw a post on my Facebook that really rubbed me the wrong way. And it's because the post used a scripture, or the post quoted a scripture saying, and while the person was saying how people weren't getting involved enough, and how, you know, basically they need to get involved because the Lord hates a lukewarm heart. And it really irritated me and rubbed me the wrong way, because I felt like instead of putting a post up to condemn people, what should have been done is giving out information. Maybe something like, hey, I noticed that there are quite a few people that aren't saying anything or doing anything, and I just want to make sure it's not because you don't know how to help. Here are some suggestions of things that you can do, because everyone doesn't know. Everyone's not on the same level. And that's just what it is. Everybody's from different walks of life. So if you have been one of those people in the past, or you are one of those people right now, I just want to say, instead of spreading more of the negativity, try to do your best to educate people more. And that is why I fell in love with Danny's page, because she gave ideas. I was one of the people in the middle. I teeter back and forth with things because I like to take my time. I'm a processor. I don't ever want to do the wrong thing where I'm looking back feeling like I could have did something better, or what I didn't do a damn thing. So I really didn't know all the ways that I could help outside of protesting and rioting, and I'm not a protester. That is not what I'm made for. One of my medical reasons is one of the reasons that we'll go over one day, but I'm not a protester. My personality is not that type of person. There are certain things that are in my purpose, that I do things for, that I will speak on one day, but it's just everything's not meant for YouTube all the time at certain times. But for certain things that I do is second nature for me, and this is not one of them, because you just don't want to do the wrong thing. So I just want to say, be patient with people like us. Talk a little bit, you know what I'm saying? I'm strong enough to handle things like that, but I just couldn't imagine how somebody else would have been feeling that read a status or a post like that and then felt even more lost, more confused, and then eventually discouraged to do nothing. I say that to say, all in all, don't make people feel bad. Help them. Help them. This is all about helping each other. Each one teach one. You have to help each other. So in conclusion, I'm gonna just leave this right here where it's at, and I think I've spoken enough on it. I don't plan on bringing this back up on my channel again, but I do want to say I see it. I am Black. I'm a chocolate girl. It can't be ignored by me. And I just wouldn't feel right as a YouTuber not addressing this on my channel. I want to say, you guys, especially my Black people that are watching this, please spread love. Please spread love. A hug can change things. A heart of light can change things. A heart of God can change things. And I just want to leave you guys with that. Please pray. Pray for everyone involved in the situation, and even pray for the people who have done wrong. Until next time, you guys, I love you guys so much. Yeah.